think that anyone who wants to be part of a family and be connected to other human beings that are their actual kin, anyone would find a sense of joy and maybe even a sense of foundation of who they are, and maybe be encouraged to be all that they can be, because an ancestor was one who helped his fellow man. Or you'll find a story that's especially moving to you, and it becomes part of you, and you realize that is part of you, because that person and I are of the same family. But what if you never knew that? Think what's missing. You wouldn't have this sense of connectedness, this sense of identity. But any time that we learn about an ancestor, we learn something about ourselves. And I know a lot more about who I am because of your help. And I think that the more I know about who I am, I think the better I can be. And maybe even the more confident and self-assured I can be, because I'll recognize I'm connected to all these wonderful people, and to these interesting people, and people who were progressive and who fought in wars and who stood up and were brave. And maybe that would make me be a little more courageous and give me a sense of, well, if they did it and we're family, then I can do it too. And so I could be more than what I am today if I had the knowledge that comes through genealogy, and that's where you can help.
And the sacrifices that they made when they had to cross the ocean or move west, or like you said, fight in the Civil War. They had hard things they had to overcome.
Exactly.
And we have the same thing, and we can understand and see what they learned and what they taught us. I mean, what they teach us by their lives and their sacrifice.
Right. It makes us think, well, if we're kin to them, then we've got some of that in us.
Exactly.
Somewhere. I know it's been family lore always that James Armstrong fought with George Washington, and we've been really proud of that, but kind of joked about it. Yeah, we were revolutionaries. Well, you proved it.
Yesterday.
When you told me yesterday, I got a sense of, it's true! I could have been a revolutionary. I could have stood up for America, and I felt better about myself. And I just, I don't know, it made me feel like, gosh, I've got something here that anchors me to history, that I'm part of this. I'm not just American because I'm a citizen. I'm an American because James Armstrong gave his life. Did he give his life? I don't know if he gave his life or not, but he fought. He was there. And same in the Civil War, even though my family was on the losing side, we still fought for what we believed. The Alamo, I mean, we've got soldiers everywhere. But those kind of stories make me think, I can't deny who I really am. I come from them. And so I am part of them. They're part of me. But if I hadn't known about it, if you hadn't found it and verified it for me, it would have just been a family story that maybe was true, but maybe wasn't. So, if the truth sticks, and if you've got proof, like you've given me, then I know better who I am, and I can be a better person. We had a family reunion of the Velker family a few years ago, and our family, my children are musical, decided to do a little musical about some of the ancestors. And so each child had a part, and they were that ancestor. One was George Ashbridge, who stepped off the boat in 1690 something, and he had 3 things with him. And this made an impression on my son, who was George Ashbridge. He got to say, I'm George Ashbridge. I came off the boat in 1690, and I had 3 things with me. I had a coin of some value, an axe, and a Bible. And the coin, now this is maybe not true, but this is what the book said. The coin I helped someone else with who needed to come and get off the boat. The axe was my livelihood, and the Bible was what I believed in and what my life was built on. And just having that son say those words, he adopted some of George Ashbridge, and that gave him a sense of what he could do, and he still remembers that. Another one sang Danny Boy, because they were Irish. Well, this barrel line was Irish. He sang Danny Boy. He still remembers that. He knows his ancestors were Irish. So the children, now married with children of their own, have carried with them some of their own history. And with almost 26 grandchildren coming, the 26th one coming in August, the children have some idea of where they've come from. And their names reflect that. You know, they've been named names that are from the family lines, and those stories will continue. So we have family reunions, and we gather the information that we have, some of which Richard has helped with, that can make a difference in our children's lives. And so now we did lose a daughter. I say lose, actually, but Georgia passed away when she was 21. That was in 2002. And it was a traffic accident. She was a senior in violin performance at Indiana University. And as dreadful as that is, I think almost all the time about something Elder Richard Scott told us. And he said, the day will come when you will understand. And when that day comes, you would have had it no other way. Georgia's a missionary. And so we work together. And I've been told in a blessing that the work I do on earth will interact with that in the spirit